Hi, and welcome to SIGG'S on the Springford 8th Grade Center Network, where it's all academic all the time. I'd like to welcome families coming to 8th grade for the 2021-2022 school year. My name is Mr. Parcia, and we have here Dr. SIGG'S. Dr. SIGG'S, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mr. Parcia. I'd like to thank you for giving up your time the last week of July to help me put this together for our family. So appreciate that, and thanks again for doing all that you do for our students.
Thank you very much. Likewise, Dr. SIGG'S. So overall, the point of this video is to keep you, the parent, and most importantly, the students here informed. Okay? We have these videos, a couple times a school year to keep parents informed, because we understand right now that this is a very important time. The kids are getting ready for high school. They're getting a little nervous, new building. So we believe it's really important to keep the parents informed. So when the kids arrive the first day of school, there's a bit of a comfort level. Things run very smooth, right? Because we want to have the kids to have the best year ever to get ready for high school. So with that being said, we want to talk about schedules, because I know that's a big hot topic here in the community. Schedule release date. Dr. SIGG'S, would you like to talk to the parents about what they can and kids about what they can expect with the schedule release on Skyward?
Excellent. So thank you, Mr. Parcia. So what we've done is we've kind of broken this up into three kind of areas here. So the schedule date for our students will be on Wednesday, August 18th at 3 o'clock. Okay, so that's an important date. Many of you are already aware of it. But that's the date that student schedules will in fact become official and will be released to our families. Okay. Now, what we wanted to do is, now that we know that, what we want to be able to do is kind of talk to you about what people should be doing prior to the release date of student schedules. Okay. And there are a number of things that everybody can do to kind of get themselves ready for the start of a school year. First off, today, August 2nd. What you want our families to be able to do is to go into Skyward and complete their students' first day verification. If that first day verification is not completed, okay, then you will not be able to access your child's schedule on August 18th. And that happens every year. We'll have parents call the office because they can't access the schedule, and they wonder why. Well, the main reason why is because they did not complete the student first day verification. Okay, so that has to happen. That is available to you today, Monday, August 2nd. So please do that as soon as possible. Okay. While you're in Skyward, parents can also go ahead and make sure that all their contact information is accurate and up to date. Everybody gets new cell phones or new email addresses and so forth. Okay, we communicate primarily at this school in a kind of a progressive fashion. Most of our communication is going to be done through email. If there's a serious situation occurring, I'll be calling people on the phone. So what we want to make sure is that in order for you to receive all the information that we send out, that you please make sure everything is updated in Skyward. Okay?
And again, just to piggyback off what you said, as a parent also, I find this to be a very simple 5-minute thing at the beginning of August. Again, it's very streamlined, very smooth operation, no paperwork. Just make sure that's updated, or you will not see your schedule on August 18th.
Okay, thank you. Next, we would like for our families to go ahead and take a look at our school website. Okay, very similar to what your kids and you experienced last year in 7th grade, but there are 3 links on the left-hand side of our website that you would want to pay attention to. All right. The first one deals with the 8th Grade Center on Demand, and that's really like a warehouse of where all of our videos have been kept that we've created over the last couple of years. You have a number of teacher videos. Mr. Parcia makes quite a few. The videos that we do to provide parents with information about, upcoming events, and that way, you're hearing us talk about it, you're seeing us discuss it. And most parents really like it because it really does answer a lot of their questions as opposed to just the written word here. So those videos are there for you to take a look at. The second link you might want to take a look at is the 9th grade course selection. And you may be saying, why are we talking about 9th grade course selection? These kids haven't even started 8th grade. Well, the reason that we're talking about that is your son or daughter will begin scheduling their 9th grade courses at the end of January, beginning of February, which is, first 2 marking periods. Okay, after the first 2 marking periods here in 8th grade, they're going to begin building their schedule for 9th grade. And that's one of the reasons why we talk to our parents to please make sure, I understand you want to give them some room, give them some responsibility, but I ask the parents really still pay attention to what your children are doing the first 2 marking periods, because when they do go to high school, there is going to be prerequisite grades that they need to earn in order to be able to take certain classes, most namely honors and AP courses that they would want to take at 9th grade. And those are available in 9th grade. Okay, so in that 9th grade course selection link, we have the course selection book, so you can go and look at what's available. There's Western Center information if your child's interested in going to the tech school. There's forms that we use. I mean, everything we leave there for all of our new families so that they can go ahead and start to see what's coming down the road. Okay?
And something else you alluded to is prerequisites. I think it's really important to take a look at those, and it's a good foundational piece to discuss with your child. Goal setting. What are your goals for this year? If you accomplish these goals, here are opportunities, that are available down the road. And one other thing in that course selection book, if you go by subject, math, science, English, there's like a flow chart that shows you, like, if you take this course in 9th grade, here's the pattern you can go to in 10th, 11th, 12th. So you have an idea of not just next year down the road. So the high school does a phenomenal job providing clear information, but also helps kids plan for down the road. So a lot of neat stuff to talk about, for hopefully what will be a great future for your child.
And just to kind of piggyback off that, our students are so fortunate to have the high school that we have, and the course offerings that are available to our students at the high school are absolutely amazing. Yeah. And so, one of the reasons why we want you to provide this to you is so that you guys can begin the process of looking at that and having those conversations with your child. If they're interested in art, the art program is phenomenal.
Yes.
Music, phenomenal. Academics, so many AP courses and honors courses. It's there for them to take advantage of, and that's why we provide that to you. Okay. The other third and final link that we would like for you to take a look at is the start of the school year link. Okay. In that particular link, you'll see access to this video as well as our teacher supply list. Okay. So, and we do it by department. So you'll see science department, English department, math department, so forth. Okay. Now you may say, well, Dr. SIGG'S, what good is this going to do me when I look at the supply list if I don't know who my teacher is? And my suggestion to you then would be just to go ahead and look at all the math teachers. And what is it that the math teachers are asking? There's going to be some commonality in terms of what they want. So if you're one of those types of people that wants to go out and get things done now, okay, you can certainly just look at the department and say, well, they all want a binder, so I can get them a binder. They all want loose leaf paper, so I can go ahead and do that. They need pencils, I could do that. That's what I would do. Okay, so that's how I would approach using teacher supply lists ahead of knowing exactly who your teacher is going to be for the year. Okay. One more thing that you could be doing prior to the release of schedules is to make sure that if your child is going to be involved in any sort of athletic fall sport, that you go ahead and make sure that all that information, all those forms, physicals, everything's done. Okay. I went on the athletic website. Here's the newsletter. Basically what it says is the following. Okay, if you are a football player, if you are playing football this year, all of your information must be submitted by August 16th, Monday, August 16th. Okay, so between now, August 2nd and the 16th, make sure all that is being done. If you are involved in any other sport, fall sport, cheerleading, field hockey, cross country, volleyball, whatever else that we're offering, that information, all those forms and physicals need to be done by Monday, August 23rd. Those are the 2 dates. 23rd for everybody else, 16th for football. Okay? They could be turned in. If you're turning those in, we might even see somebody coming up right now and turning something in to us. Mr. Harrison is the 8th grade athletic director, and this is the 8th grade building. So if your child's an 8th grade student, you turn it in here. 7th graders turn it in at the 7th grade building. Mr. Seislav is the athletic director over there. Okay? We good on that?
Yep. And then you want to talk about a little bit of the inadvertent release of schedules?
Absolutely. Last thing I want to talk about prior to the actual release date of schedules is this. Sometimes, not by our own choosing, sometimes, our tech people might be doing a mandated update to Skyward, you name it, something happens where when an issue takes place, all of a sudden now, student schedules become live for people to see. okay? And it's amazing that people are really cued into that and they're paying attention, right? So what I will say to families is this, okay? Anything, if that would happen, and I really hope that it doesn't, okay? But if that would happen, those schedules that you would see prior to 3 p.m. on August 18th are not legit schedules, okay? They're not final schedules, okay? And the reason I say that to you is this. We have kids that are adding to our school, they're enrolling, and we have kids that are moving away from our school, right? Going someplace different, okay? And so our job with a large number of students is to do our very best to balance out all of our classes. It would be unfair to have 35 in one and 15 in another, okay? Not fair. So we are constantly shifting, moving, manipulating, whatever, okay? And we will do that all the way till, hopefully not August 18th. Hopefully we'll be done by the 17th, but I will tell you that we are constantly shifting. So if you would see something prior to that, if you would, that's not your schedule, okay? That is a schedule, and it will become officially yours at 3 p.m. August 18th.
All right, so we're breaking this video down, so we just talked about what to do before the 18th of schedule release. And again, biggest thing you can do is verify your child's information, watch this video, take care of, look at the supply list, take care of athletic registration if that's applicable to you, and also please, if you see a schedule on there, please ignore it, okay? All right, so now what do we do on the date of the schedule release? So on that 18th, or if you choose to check it on the 19th, what are we doing on that day?
Well, normally what I've been told is they have, neighborhoods have big block parties and people get together and they have tailgate types of situations where,
I've heard that.
It's scheduled release date and it's a big deal here, okay? And so people are excited. They are getting together as groups, and at 2:30 everybody starts logging into Skyward because
and the Facebook chats start?
Facebook starts going? Absolutely.
I've seen it.
Big, it is big, okay? Big day, okay? So we want you to enjoy that day, okay? So get yourself all wound up, have a seat, and wait for 3 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock, what will happen is you will then see your child's schedule. When that happens, there are going to be some questions that people will have. When's my lunch period? That's usually one of them. And so what we will do is it does not appear on your schedule, okay? We can't make it appear on your schedule, but what we're able to do is we're able to put it in Skyward at a location. And I will send out prior to the release of schedules on the 18th, the directions on how to get and how to find that information in Skyward, okay? So you'll know what your lunch period is going to be, okay? What I would ask that you do is you check to make sure there are no errors. And what do I mean by no errors? Here would be the example that I'm looking at. If I'm signed up to take, or I'm supposed to be taking Spanish 1, and I'm signed up for French 1, and I don't want to take French 1 because I took Spanish last year in 7th grade, that's what I want to take, then that's a call to the office. And that's a call to your guidance counselor, and we will fix that, no problem. If you're supposed to be taking geometry, and you're signed up for the course 3 math class, okay, that's a mistake, you want to let us know, okay? Now, the issue that we always run across to when the schedules go out is, you ready? When we're having those big block neighborhood parties, and all the friends are there, okay, is I'm going to compare my schedule to yours, and how many times are we together, and what lunch period, and what, okay? And
it happens.
It happens.
I've seen it. I know.
It happens.
I've lived it. Yep.
It happens. What we're not going to do is we're not changing schedules to put us together.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we got to make sure that everybody gets the courses that they are required to get. Okay. So that's first and foremost, and that's really what drives our decisions, to make sure that he gets the courses that he needs, I get the courses that I need. If we are together, super. If we're not, we'll see one another, before or after school, whatever that might be, and throughout the day.
And real quick, if some parents may call in, of course I'm going to ask this, how come it doesn't say Challenge Science? So Challenge Science, do you know which periods yet, what they're going to be? Do we have that official, or just...
I would wait on that.
Wait on that, but I'll say this. If your child signed up for Challenge Science, you should have already received an email from me a couple days ago with the summer homework. Okay, so again, that's all due the first day of school. So if you did not receive an email from Mr. Parcia, you need to contact the school immediately, email me immediately, okay? Again, summer homework was sent out a couple days ago, so it needs to be started and completed.
Okay,
All right?
great.
Thank you.
All right. So after that excitement's done, then the next question that parents have is this. We have our kids scheduled. What I can do now is I can go ahead and look at, teacher supply lists if I want to, see if I've already purchased things, how does that fit in with what the teacher requests. If I haven't done that yet, now I have the actual teacher lists that I can go through and get what I need to get. That's one of the things I can do. Second thing that parents want to do is this. Now they want to come into the schools. Okay, because, and I don't blame you, because your children for the next 3 years are going to have to transition through 3 different buildings. Okay, so I know that gets people wound up, and they want to see the school. Okay, and so we're sitting in front of the school. How you doing? We're sitting in front of the school, and this is the 8th grade center. And guess what? It was built, and you ready for this? 1930.
Wow. I thought it was built like the 50s. Really?
No, 1930. That makes this building 91 years old.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. Okay.
It was renovated though.
Oh, it's been renovated many times.
Yes.
But what I'm telling you is it's 91 years old. It's got, we actually love this school, right? Because, we've been here. This is our home.
We've been here almost 20 years.
That's
almost.
correct. That is correct.
Wow.
So it has been it's a home to us.
Yeah, it is.
We understand the shortcomings of the school, and one of the shortcomings that you're going to see pretty quickly, parents, and this goes round and round, is when you come into the building, you're going to see the size of the lockers. And I'm going to tell you,
oh boy,
the lockers are super small.
Yeah.
Okay, they're real super skinny. Okay, and because of that, people get upset. How am I supposed to do this? And how am I supposed to? My kid plays sports, and they're a field hockey goalie, and they have bags upon bags of equipment. Okay. Okay, so how do we help people out with that, Mr. Parsi? As a homeroom teacher, how do we help people out?
Let me tell you, I've been homeroom teacher for almost 20 years in this building. You've been the principal here. Lockers are stressful the first week of school for kids, and we understand that. So the first thing we deal with is we hope that the kids know how to unlock the locker, lock it. But guess what? If they don't, guess what? We're there to help them. We understand. Okay. Second thing, are things kind of tight? Yes. Okay. I know we have places for athletic equipment. If they have loads of athletic equipment, what's the policy on that, real quick?
I mean, they can store those in the gym area with our gym teachers. They can store them in the homerooms if in the back of the homerooms. We do that. It's just going to be a matter of
flexibility.
The student talking with the homeroom teacher, and we understand that the lockers are small. We understand kids come in with multiple bags and so forth, and we don't want people jamming stuff in there, right? So we're willing to help them out in any way, shape, or form that we can.
Absolutely. And here's the other issue that gets kids the most nervous. Let's say their locker doesn't open, which happens a lot in the first week or two, and they're going to be late to their class. Well, all we ask that your child does is, find a teacher, if they can, to help them open it up. And I've done this for kids in my hallway. I try it doesn't open. I tell the kid, hey, here's a pass. Go tell the teacher we have an issue with the locker. We always say if the teacher has an issue, have them contact the teacher. We're there to help the kids, especially that first week. We've also had kids freak out where the locker gets jammed at the end of school. Okay, this is a tough one for the kids, and I totally understand. And the teacher comes out, we're all out in the hallway, trying to help them, and it doesn't work. We said to the kids, okay, you write their name down, okay, go home, relax, you'll be okay. You might not have your books for homework. Just, if there's a problem, have the teacher talk to us. And then we tell the custodian, this locker's jam. We work it out. We're very flexible, okay? So while it can be stressful, please reinforce to your child, we understand, okay? And especially that first week when the kids are navigating the hallways, they're nervous. We'll be in the hallway. We're really flexible that first week or so, especially.
Yep.
So,
okay, so what we're talking about the building a little bit. The good thing is it's a new building, but you will have some familiar faces that you've been working with the last couple of years. Mr. Rogers will be your house principal. He'll be his office is getting set up right now as we speak. And so he will be here again with the students. He's a great resource for all of us that have never met your children before.
Yeah.
So he has good background information and knowledge about them and their behavior and their performance and so forth. And then our two counselors, Mr. Lemieux and Ms. Cooper, they will be here as well. Once again, they know your children from 7th grade, so they have a good understanding of who they are. So there will be some, 3 people that they are familiar with, okay? I will tell you this, we have some really nice teachers here that are really good at what they do. And our ultimate goal that we have here at 8th grade is to get your child ready for high school. That's it,
Absolutely.
okay? And so they will be challenged, okay? They're going to be
Yes.
challenged in multiple ways, not just with the academic portion, but that concept of academic responsibility, making sure they can manage deadlines and manage multiple things coming their way. So that we understand that. We're not going to expect them to be perfect from day one, but that's something that we'll be building upon, because our goal is to make sure that when they go to high school, they are ready to take advantage of all those wonderful opportunities that our high school provides.
Absolutely.
Okay? So now you got your schedule. You got the oldest building in the district, and you want to see it. Okay, so we know that we want to make the school open for you. And guess what we're going to do, Mr. Parcia?
Gonna open it up.
We're
for
going to
'em.
open it up. And normally what we do is we try to open it up a couple days, but this time what we're going to do is this. We're going to open it up 3 days. So the schedules go live on Wednesday, the 18th. We're going to open up the building on Thursday, August 19th, for students and parents to come in and print out a copy of your own schedule, right? Or look at your phone,
Yep.
and you can walk the building. Self-guided tours, we call it. Okay? We're also, because we know that there might be people on vacation that week, that schedules
Yep.
go live, and we offer that one on Thursday. We're going to open it up the following week, and we're going to open it up on Monday and Tuesday. Okay? That would be August 23rd and August 24th for people to come in. So we're giving people 3 opportunities to come into the building, have a copy of their own schedule printed out. They're going to be able to walk in the front door right here. This is the front door, and then take a tour of what their schedule is going to look like for them throughout the course of the day. Each day will be 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so please don't show up at 8 o'clock and want to do a building tour. We have things that we're doing here still.
Seems like more than we used to.
It is more than we used to.
That's good.
This is more than we used
Yeah.
to, because you know what?
We're flexible.
That's correct.
We want kids to get off to a good start. We want them to a good year. That's all we're about here.
So that's the point. Point is, now we got 3 days that we're providing people opportunities to come in.
What
Okay,
if?
so-
Can I just play devil's advocate with
Sure.
you, though? What if we're still on vacation on the 23rd and 24th, and we aren't able to attend one of those sessions?
Well, that's going to be a little bit of an issue, because the reason that we're kind of bound to these dates is on Wednesday, August 25th, we have teachers in the building. That's when they start their in-service. So the 25th, 26th, and 27th, we have adults in the building doing their work. And quite frankly, what we don't want is we don't want to have a whole
Yeah.
bunch of students and parents walk in the building when they have to get the things done that they have to get done. Sometimes they'll be here, sometimes they'll be over at the high school. They're going to be all over the place. What we don't want to have happen is we don't want to have a whole mess of people in the building that don't necessarily need to be here at that point. So that's why we're giving you 3 days prior to that. Okay, when you come in, we're going to have lunch information. You can make payments to your lunch account. We have envelopes. You can make a payment. We'll make sure that gets down to the lunch ladies. They can go ahead and process that. If you have, the nurse will be here. So if you need issues with any nurse medical stuff, the nurse will be able to help you out with that. If your family takes advantage of our free and reduced lunch program, this is another big one. We'll have those forms here. Those forms must be filled out every year. You don't fill it out one time. You got to fill it out every year. I know that our cafeteria manager will be contacting families over and over and over again, but those forms will be here for you to take advantage of if you would need to. Okay? So our self-guided tours will take place on 3 days. Each day is 10 to 2, and we'll have those posted on our sign-up front, and they'll be on our website in case you forget.
All right, so before we transition to the first day of school, so we talked about what we do before the schedule release. What do we do the day of the schedule release? What are we doing after the schedule release? Now, what's the first day of school going to look like?
Yeah.
So this is an exciting part, Dr. Siggins.
First
We're
day.
gonna take everybody on a tour around here, aren't we?
Well, we're gonna try something that we've.
I'm gonna try something new here on SIGG'S On.
That's right, and we're
bear
actually
with us.
in front of the building, so I'm sure you heard cars go by, and you had the trash truck go by, and so forth. So we're trying something new here, and that's how we like to do things.
Demonstrating flexibility here, you know, adapting to our surroundings, right?
We're trying to do that.
There we go.
We're trying to do that.
All right.
So, on the first day of school, okay, well, you know, you're gonna have buses coming in, you're gonna have parents either dropping their kids off or kids walking to school. What we're going to attempt to do right now is the following, okay? Mr. Parsi is gonna pick up this tripod and we're gonna do like a little panoramic view of the front here, because our main objective here, when you look at Washington Street and 7th Avenue, which is directly across from the building, okay, is that intersection at times can get a little dicey, especially when kids are not paying attention, okay, and especially when you have high school drivers that are coming to school a little late, okay. Now we do have a Springford police officer here that helps navigate that, but I'm just telling you, we want to make sure that everybody is safe as they're coming through this particular area. And this T right here is to me, I get very nervous about that every day of every year.
Absolutely.
Last year, because we had so many students that weren't taking buses, that they were getting dropped off, we put in a new, if you will, kind of pattern here to make sure that students were only being dropped off on the school side of Washington Street. Okay, that's what we were doing. So that way we tried to have parents not drop your students off on the side of Washington Street on the opposite side of the building. We want to make sure they're on our side. So what that meant for many people is you had to kind of head on down to where the funeral home was, okay, 6th Street, if you will, kind of cut down 6th Street from Main, and then go ahead and start making your way down to the building, so that way when you drop your child off, you're dropping them off on our side of the street. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, you ready for this?
Let's do it. Here we
We're
go.
gonna give it a shot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up the
Bear with
camera
us.
right now, and we're going to show you. Okay, Mr. Parsi, you want to take it
Make
that
this
way?
as smooth as possible. All right, you want to walk down here?
Yeah, we'll walk down there.
Okay, so, all right, I can see this. All right, so what you're looking at is Washington Street. Okay. Trying to keep this as steady as possible. Don't want to be too shaky here.
And you got the T right here that we're talking about. This is where the danger spot is. Okay.
So, real quick, what if kids that are walkers, they want to cross, they have to stay, they cross over here on the crosswalk,
Yep. They use. Yep.
right?
Crosswalk. When, like I said, we have a Springford officer. I'm always out here, so we will always assist people doing that. So we do have people that are walkers that will come across right here using these.
So
these
they want to stay in. They want to stay in these crosswalks.
Hit that sign right there, that no U-turn sign.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so real quick, just hold on. Just so you know where we're in front of the building. Just so you have an idea. Front, that's the front of our building. Hello. All right, now hold on. There's the crosswalk. Now over here, I'm going to pan in on that U-turn sign. All right, so right there, you see a U-turn sign. Tell me a little bit about that, Dr. SIGG'S.
That's a no U-turn sign. So what will happen is, unfortunately, people kind of disregard that from time to time. Dangerous move, and with the police officer out here, okay, they'll be stopped. Okay, so please don't do that. You see right now it says 25 miles an hour, and you're seeing cars go zipping through here.
They're going a lot faster than that.
That's correct. And so you don't have students in school right now, so that, you know, I understand what they're doing, but it still says 25 and people exceed that.
Because if you do a U-turn and you don't see it, you have a student walking across, it's not going to be a good thing for that student possibly. All right, so what about if they want to access this road? Parents from like Upper Providence or Royersford or Limerick, how do they get here?
What I would do is I would probably just go down one more block, okay, and then make my way around down to 6th Street. That's what I would do.
All right, so hold on. So if I'm coming from Upper Providence or Limerick, you don't want to come down this street. You do not want to come down this street. It's going to be a mess. It's going to force you to do a U-turn. They're not going to allow that. It's just a total mess. You want to go down one street further.
Yep.
Before the Dunkin' Donuts, by the car wash over there. Go down. Keep going down. You don't want to come down straight at the building. You want to go down to, what is that, 6th Avenue?
6th Avenue.
So you want to go 6th Avenue. So that's over, whoa, down there, and you'll see the funeral home on the corner. You come down 6th Avenue. Where do you drop your kid off at?
You come down Washington Street and right in front of the building, you can start dropping them off anywhere you want, like this car right here. You want to kind of move your, there you go.
Okay, so that car right there is legally parked for a quick second.
Yep, you're going to drop them off right there, get their stuff out of the vehicle, and then you continue straight.
So spots are legal on this side of the road for a quick drop-off, correct?
Yep.
Have to be on this side. What about if a parent wants to do a quick shortcut through there and drop off on the other side or park over there? What's going to happen?
Well, if you park in front of the row homes, those people will contact the police department on that. So they do not want anybody parking in front of those houses.
Yep.
Those are their parking spaces. So please don't park there because that will happen.
Okay. Good.
That truck right there, sometimes parents will pull in and where that truck is, they'll stop right there. Cannot do that because that's where buses are going in to drop their kids off down by the main gymnasium. Okay. So you want to avoid that. Do not pull in there. The only place parents should be is in front of the building on Washington Street. Do not go down the driveway.
Got it. So you can park anywhere real quick, temporarily, on this side of the road. Okay? It's all about being safe for kids that are walking and being dropped off. And Dr. SIGG'S, usually on most days we'll see you out there greeting the kids.
Absolutely.
Helping traffic flow effortlessly through this area.
That's what we try to do every
All right.
day.
Safety first, Dr. SIGG'S.
That is correct.
All right.
All right. So we're almost done here, parents.
Back to our set.
All right.
All right. That was good.
All right. Well, we'll see how that turned out. Hopefully that gave people a little bit more of a visual of what things should look like, okay? And I know it's not the best thing, but we'll be sending out a picture later on as we get closer to the beginning of the start of the school year so you can see the pattern that we'd like for you to use. So homeroom starts at 8:05. So if you're dropping your kids off, they need to be here before that. If they are late, they will be marked as such, okay? We want to make sure that we avoid that, okay? And that really is the first day. The first day we're going to guide them. We're going to have a bunch of people out in the front. We're going to be guiding them to their homerooms. We're going to be making sure they know where to go. There are a lot of procedures that will be given to our students the first couple weeks. And so we're going to help them out to the best of our ability. I just want everybody to come in with an open mind and some positivity, and it'll be good.
And again, I know you, the parent, wants your kid to get off to a great start. I know the kids want to get off to a great start. Okay. From a teacher perspective, we want to get off to a great start, okay? So, it's been a challenging time the last year and a half, and while we really did enjoy working with last year's kids, they were phenomenal, we are excited to start this year fresh. So we want to get off to a great start. So if there's any little bumps in the road with a locker, or a kid can't find their way from one class to the other, especially that first week, we're going to help them find their way. Okay, we want to see the kids get off to a good start. Everybody wants to have a great year, and it starts with this video. We want you to be informed. We want your child to be safe. We want your child to feel informed. We want you to be informed. We want you to get the right supplies. We want you to fill out the student information form. We want you to know where to go. So we're all on the same team here. We all want to have a great year. All right, so please keep that in mind, especially that first day of school.
All right, and finally, the last thing that we would just want to give out to parents is this, just because they're going to want to know about that, is our annual Back to School Night open house. There's so many different names that people call it. This year will be Wednesday, September 1st. It's actually the third day of school. Begins at 7 o'clock in your child's homeroom. If you could bring a copy of your child's schedule with you, we'll have some extra ones floating around. But you'll be able to follow your child's schedule for about 10 minutes, a clip to each of the different teachers to get an idea of what they're going to experience over the course of the day. So that would be Wednesday, September 1st, Back to School Night. You can go ahead and put that on your schedule right now, on your calendar. All right?
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I appreciate everybody's cooperation. I know it was a little bit longer video here, but we did want to give out a lot of information to people. And hopefully this will help you feel better and reduce some of the nerves and anxiety that people may in fact have as you get ready to get started for this year.
All right, sounds great. And once again, we want your child to be successful. We want them to be ready, get ready for the high school. We want them to have a great experience here at the 8th grade center. All right, so with that being said, thank you, Dr. SIGG'S. We look forward to seeing everybody in a couple of weeks here at the 8th grade center. And we we hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. And that's it for SIGG'S on the Springport 8th Grade Center on Demand Network, where it's still, as always, all academic all the time. All right, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you.